What's going on, Mr. RapNerd? And real quick, I just wanted to have a quick talk about the first episode of The Penguin that just dropped on Max. This is an extension of the Batman universe, and this details Oz, aka the Penguin, making his rise to the crime boss that he becomes down the line. I wanted to talk about this episode just as a way to put it out there that this show is incredible, and I will more than likely do a review for the entire miniseries once all the episodes drop. But damn, this is so good. And that's no surprise. When the trailer first dropped, I did a reaction and I said that this is gonna be fire. I love how so much ground is covered in this first episode. You literally could do the Batman 2 based off of this alone because of how much stuff it sets up. Did a wonderful job of writing, story building, character work, all in this hour episode. And I'm gonna keep it spoiler free because I know it just dropped a day ago and not everybody has watched it, but it starts out with Oz in this position. I'm sitting here thinking like, okay, where is this gonna go? And is this gonna go this route? I know eventually this is gonna happen, and boom! And I'm like, holy shit, this is what's gonna set up the entire season, and it's gonna pay off later. And then it pays off later in the episode that in a way I didn't expect it to do. And then that payoff opens up another door that I'm like, okay, I see the domino blocks working, and it's making for just an incredibly great time. This is like The Sopranos, but in Gotham. That's how serious it is, and that's the second thing I love about the show, is how mature it is. I knew it was going to be pretty mature, because I think the Batman is mature, it's PG-13, but it, walks that line of being very, very R-rated, but this joint here is 100% mature. I think it's rated MA, but again, I didn't know how far they were going to take it, and boy, do they take it there. Again, Sopranos, but in Gotham, violence and all. It was really shocking to see because I didn't expect it to go the way that the show goes, but I loved it. It honestly makes me want the Batman 2 and 3 to be rated R just so they can really go hardcore with these villains. This universe is pretty grounded, right? But a lot of folks had an issue with him going the grounded route, but my thing about it is if he's gonna do it to this level, being grounded is A-okay. And I feel like this show is an extension of what Matt Reeves' version of grounded is, and it makes me want to see Batman show up during some of these things that happen because of how grounded it is. Like, what would Batman do in a gang fight? Like, say there's some type of shootout happening between two different families. What would Batman do in that instance? Like, I really want to see that. Of course, we did see a little bit of that, for that car chase that he had with the Penguin, but I just really want to see even more of that. Like, what would he do with a mob of people just going crazy, like the way that they depicted in the show? And I have to say, Colin Farrell as the Penguin, his performance is just as stellar as it was in the Batman, and I like that they even peel back layers of him as a character. There's a moment when he visits his mom that speaks a whole lot in a small conversation that just sums up Oz's character in general and why he does the things that he does. It's these little moments right here that stack up and make the character work so well. And Kristen Milotti as Sophia Falcone, the big bad of the show. She is, oh man, the way that she plays this character, there's this sense of bottled rage that you can see ready to burst, and it ends up bursting. And when you get that moment, you're like, okay, she really isn't to play around with. And again, you get that off of when you first meet her. Like, there's just this locked away psycho in her looks, in the way she talks, and it's mainly just the way that she looks. She, the actor Christine, she has these really, really big expressive eyes, and she uses them to her advantage all the way in a similar way that Anya Joy-Taylor does. And without her even saying anything, when she first walks onto the scene, you see her behind Oz and the camera cuts to her face, and she just does these little quirky, subtle moves that make you go like, eh. And then a little line of dialogue just lets you know how crazy she is. So I cannot wait to see where her character goes for the series as well as Oz. So I gotta say, man, I love this episode, and I am looking forward to every week to tapping back into Gotham. If anybody had any type of reservations with Matt Reeves, this is the proof in the pudding that this guy knows what he's doing. And in Matt Reeves, I trust. Never doubted the dude. One time when he was first announced to do Batman, even when Ben Affleck was still involved, I was like, if Matt Reeves is directing, I'm in. Incredible director. I love all of his work. So let me know in the comments, what do you think about The Penguin episode 1? And if you like this kind of content, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you already are subscribed, thank you. And until next time. Peace.
RapNerd Productions, no capping, that's word to mommy. Instead of banking on it, now rapping is just a hobby.